It's day 4 and counting as the occupation of the Premier's constituency office continues in West Kelowna. Nicola Valley First Nation groups and supporters say they might be forced to escalate their action.
Firstly, he's such an inspiration to our girls. They look up to him with so much admiration.
Some Okanagan figure skaters get the rare chance to spend some quality ice time with a pro. Why a world figure skating champion is in Kelowna. Some talented and handy volunteers are fixing dozens of broken appliances for free. How you can help in their waste reduction efforts.
The Global Okanagan Studios, this is the Weekend News.
Good evening. Thanks for joining us on this Saturday. I'm Neetu Garcha. We begin with the now 4-day-long protest taking place at the constituency office of Premier Christy Clark in West Kelowna. It was Wednesday when the office was first occupied by Native chiefs from the Nicola Valley, upset over biosolid sewage waste being dumped on land near Merritt. Today, a rally was held outside Clark's headquarters, and as Claudia Van Emmerich reports, the demonstrators say the government's lack of response may be forcing them to escalate their action.
Close to 100 people, many of them from First Nations communities, gather outside the constituency office of Premier Christy Clark in West Kelowna. As they drum and chant, they're taking a stand against biosolid sewage waste being trucked from the Okanagan to land near Merritt.
The main concern is the contamination. You know, it's a risk. There is no science that says it's not, without 100% risk.
Among today's demonstrators, a high-profile face, Grand Chief Stuart Phillip, the president of the Union of BC Indian Chiefs.
Hauling sewage from one municipality into the environs of remote parts of this province is not safe. It's not environmentally sound policy. And that's really what we need to look at, is what legislative authority do they have to do this?
The protests first started back on Wednesday. After their concerns were falling on deaf ears, a handful of chiefs from the Nicola Valley decided to occupy the constituency office to force the provincial government to take notice. But after spending 3 nights at Clark's headquarters, other than a little dialogue that has gone nowhere, there is still little reaction from the province.
It's extremely frustrating because we have brought forward real solutions. We want to have real dialogue with the province, and they continue to ignore us.
But the demonstrators say they aren't about to be ignored for much longer.
There is immediate concern if this issue of biosolids is not resolved, there will be a significant escalation of the unrest.
What exactly that escalation means, they wouldn't say. But for more than a month now, roadblocks near Merritt have forced biowaste trucks to turn around. Whether those roadblocks could be expanded remains to be seen. For now, the occupation in West Kelowna continues as the protesters urge the government to contact them to try and figure out a solution.
Well, I'm still hopeful that in the next couple days that we can definitely have some real substantive dialogue and move forward.
Claudia Van Emmerich, Global News, West Kelowna.
On Thursday, Minister of Environment Mary Polak said her door is always open for dialogue, but that the occupation must first come to an end. In the Lower Mainland, the beautiful weather drew what could be a record crowd to Vaisakhi celebrations in Surrey today. The event is the largest Vaisakhi parade outside of India. The annual parade has grown to the point where hundreds of thousands attend. They drew 250,000 last year and saw a larger crowd this year because of the better weather. Vaisakhi commemorates the beginning of the Sikh faith in 1699. It's considered one of the most important festivals in the Sikh calendar, marking the beginning of the Punjabi harvest year.
Today is about the founding of the Khalsa in 1699 by the 10th Guru, Guru Gobind Singh, and the Khalsa order was actually made for the protection of mankind, remembering community, bringing together community, regardless of caste, creed, race, religion, ethnicity, and an opportunity for people to come together, genuinely learning about each other, and actually through that learning then be able to coexist in a very peaceful and respectful way.
The Kelowna Vaisakhi Parade will take place next Saturday starting at 11 a.m. at the Okanagan Sikh Temple. Well, federal opposition leader Thomas Mulcair is in Metro Vancouver to take part in Surrey's Vaisakhi Parade, and he'll be taking a closer look at the oil spill in English Bay. The NDP leader is expected to comment on the importance of protecting Canada's coastlines. Critics have questioned the response to this month's spill after the city said it wasn't notified until the day after it was first reported to the Coast Guard. A warning remains in place from Vancouver Coastal Health. People are being told to stay away from the water at English Bay and nearby beaches. Don't toss it, fix it. That's the idea behind the Repair Cafe at Okanagan College. From toasters, lamps, and electronics to broken pottery and bikes.
People are coming through the door with absolutely everything under the sun today.
The idea is to have all of those broken items fixed by volunteer fixers. It's more than just a free service. It's an effort to try and prevent things from landing in the garbage can unnecessarily. It's the second event in Kelowna, and organizers say it's already gaining traction, a sure sign that people like the idea of preserving instead of disposing.
Eventually, we'd like to see a whole turnaround in the concept of shifting us from a throwaway society to potentially a fix-it society, and ultimately that's savings for the landfill.
The event was hosted by the Regional Waste Reduction Office. Stewart says there's another Fix-It Cafe event planned for the fall. It will be held in late October. How often do you look into your closet and think to yourself just how much is in there that you don't ever wear? Well, it seems to be too frequent a thought for many women, and that's why one Okanagan resident has decided to do something about it.
And I was attending some children's swaps, and I said to my husband, someone needs to do this for the ladies.
And so she did. She organized this Kelowna Closet Clean-Out event where hundreds of women sell their unwanted clothes and get some hot deals on other women's clothing. A win-win for the ladies and also for the community.
The Women's Shelter will receive a portion of the proceeds. Canadian Diabetes Association is coming to pick up all the leftover clothing the ladies don't want, and so will Trinity Baptist Church.
It's the third event in Kelowna. Brown says the plan is to hold 2 events every year. The next one is slated for sometime this fall. Well, he's received the title of world champ 3 times now, and today a group of Kelowna figure skaters got the rare chance to skate side by side with the pro. Patrick Chan is a Canadian figure skating champion who won 2 medals at the 2014 Sochi Olympic Games. Today he shared some of the secrets to his success with a very captive audience who all share his love for the sport.
He is a superstar in the world of figure skating. It is indeed an impressive resume. 24-year-old Patrick Chan has won the World Championship 3 years in a row and helped Canada win 2 silver medals at the Sochi Olympic Games in 2014.
World champion 3 times, I believe, Olympic medalist.
Today, the medal-winning Olympian brought his talent to the Okanagan to share it with the Kelowna Skating Club.
Meeting the superstar and getting to skate with the superstar that's a memory they're not going to forget, and I think that's probably the biggest thing they're going to take away from this for sure.
Just like the sport itself, today's practice was female-dominated. More than a dozen girls getting the chance to spend some quality ice time with the pro, learning a few tricks of the trade.
Obviously, for the older skaters, it's about talking about my experiences competing at an international level, dealing with the nerves and dealing with landing the jump in practice but then not doing it in competition. And then for the younger kids, it's all about having fun at that point.
Because the fun, he says, is often lost when the sport becomes competitive, especially at the international level. He hopes to instill the message that even during competition, fun should be key.
Competing isn't a life or death situation. It's not all about winning and getting the massive sponsorship deals. It's not about that. At the end of the day, it's about giving back to the community and leaving a lasting impression for Canadians.
As As parents look on from the stands, they too are delighted their children are getting the opportunity to learn from one of Canada's Olympic stars.
They never even believed this would be possible. So all smiles, as you can see, they're thrilled to be out there.
It felt really amazing because it was such a big opportunity, and it felt really like fun. I thought it was going to be like scary and it was going to be like a hardcore lesson, but it was really fun.
Because he taught me how to do lots of new stuff and how to do them properly. It was really fun, and he actually lets us do fun things.
A fun practice they won't soon forget. Claudia Van Emmer, Global News, Kelowna.
And as for Chan's future, he hopes to represent Canada once again at the Winter Olympic Games in South Korea in 2018. Well, it was another sunny day in the Okanagan. Almost feels like summer already, but will the sunshine stick around for the remainder of the weekend? Your forecast is coming up, but first on the weekend edition of Global Okanagan News, a deadly attack in Afghanistan, an explosion kills dozens, and ISIS is claiming responsibility. The details when we return. Welcome back. The Kelowna Rockets are moving on to the WHL Western Conference Championship after soundly defeating the Victoria Royals at home last night. Kimberly Davidson has the highlights.
Kelowna gets on the board off the top. Leon Draisaitl brings the puck into the Royal zone. He passes the puck. It's a rebound. But Justin Kirkland gets it back to Draisaitl, and it's in the net.
Draisaitl scores!
The Royals take a shot, and there's a pileup in front of the net. The light goes on, but it's no goal. But the Royals do get on the board with 2:06 left in the period.
They score. I think it's Walker who put it in. Soy was there as well.
And just seconds later, some good stick play ahead of this goal, number 2 for the Victoria Royals.
And just like that, 2 quick ones once more.
Nick Merkley brings the puck across the blue line, passes it over to Josh Morrissey, and the period ends with a 2-all tie. A bit of a shakeup in the Rockets lineup in the second period. Jackson Whistle is pulled out of the net. Michael Herringer is in. Cole Lineker gets a hold of the puck and throws it over to Rodney Southam. He scores 3-2 Rockets. A cheap shot on Cole Martin by Royals' Jared Dimitru sets up a 5-minute power play for the Rockets. Morrissey gets a pass off to Draisaitl, and he takes the shot. The referee hanging off the net to try and get a glimpse of the puck. No goal.
They call goal or don't they? No goal!
Josh Morrissey gets the puck off the face-off, and he slips it over to Tyson Bailey. He whacks it in. It's 4-2 on the power play. Madison Bowie passes the puck over to Josh Morrissey here, and he thinks about it for a bit before letting off a shot. Good decision. It's 5-2 Rockets.
What a shot!
Now the Royals decide it's their turn to switch out the goalie. He's tested right away when Tyrell Goulbourne gets a breakaway, but no more goals in this period. It's 5-2 Kelowna. The Rockets have momentum going into the third. Rourke Chartier taps one in off a rebound, and it's 6-2. Cole Lineker hits the back of the net for goal number 7. The Royals do score on a power play, but it's too little too late for a team running out of steam. The Rockets win 7-3, and they're headed to the conference championships.
And it was a great night for the Penticton Vees as they took the Fred Page Cup from the Nanaimo Clippers in overtime 3-2. Dakota Conroy scored the game winner unassisted. And coming up, a group of folks in Kelowna got together today to set a world record. Many of the participants are still toddlers. Just one of hundreds of events around the world encouraging more people to think green when it comes to diapers. Welcome back. A group of Okanagan parents and their babies are joining nearly 10,000 others around the globe, hoping to set a new Guinness World Record. That bell signals the start of the Great Cloth Diaper Change. 37 parents in Kelowna joined thousands across the globe to try and break the world record. Sarah Alfrey and her 9-month-old baby Lincoln took part in the challenge for the first time.
It was awesome. It actually gave me shivers because to be part of something this big and everybody being like-minded, it just was really incredible.
The goal is to have as many people as possible simultaneously swapping their Todd's dirty nappies with another reusable diaper at 11 a.m. local time. Last year's Guinness World Record was 8,301 cloth diapers changed at once in 15 countries. So why the cloth diapers?
For me, it was important because of the environment, of course, and also the chemicals that are in disposable diapers that people aren't really aware of.
The event in Kelowna was hosted by an Okanagan company called Tidy Tushy's Diaper Service.
Your diapers are delivered in a big nylon bag, and then that becomes your dirty bag. So you sort all of your diapers into your change station, and then on your pickup day, just put them all into your bag, put them on your doorstep, and we take them away for you.
While they won't know if the world record was beat for about another week, that's not the case in Kelowna. The local site managed to break its own record of 35 simultaneous cloth diaper changes. This year, it was 37. And those participating are encouraging other parents out there to consider cloth diapers over disposable ones. They say it'll reduce your carbon footprint.
In landfills, disposable diapers count for about 3% of what is in a landfill. So, you don't want that type of waste going into the water, into groundwater.
And if you heard a stigma about how hard cloth diapering is,
cloth diapering is easier than it may seem and that anybody can do it.
So it's about trying to break a world record and encourage more people to think green when it comes to diaper choices. And finally tonight, what started as an idea in a third-grade classroom has now captured international attention. A teacher in Denver wanted to learn more about her students, so she asked them to finish a simple sentence. Jonathan Gonzalez shows us how it turned out.
All teachers need to know what their kids need.
Kids will be kids, and when you ask them to pass along their feelings,
I felt
they can be
weird.
Quite honest.
She's really picky about capital letters, periods.
8-year-old Michaela Linkowitz is talking about her third-grade teacher, Kyle Swartz.
She asked us to write what we wished our teacher knew.
So I was really just searching for a way to really understand them better and find out more about their lives.
So Swartz asked her students to finish one simple sentence. I wish my teacher knew.
I wrote, I wish my teacher knew I don't get much sleep at night because of my baby sister.
They just let me have it. They told me exactly what they thought I should know.
Since then, Swartz's miniature idea has turned into something big.
Yeah, I was really surprised at how honest and open and authentic my students would be.
Some of the responses were funny, but it was the ones that were brutally honest.
Brady wrote, I don't have any friends.
That caught her attention.
So I stuck up for her, and at lunchtime I sit with her every day.
The class rallied around her, and they really, they empathized with her.
One of them read, I wish my teacher knew I don't have pencils at home to do my homework.
Out of that, I just realized, my students have a voice, and I want to hear what they want me to know.
Another read, I wish my teacher knew sometimes my reading log isn't signed because my mom is not around a lot.
She's
trying to inspire them.
That this child poverty is affecting these kids in real ways. Once they realize it, then we can take steps towards changing it.
And as for those changes, Michaela wishes her teacher knew something else.
It's really making a difference to my friends.
That's it for the weekend news. Thanks so much for sharing some of your Saturday with us. Good night.